Hey everyone, I am your math tutor, and today we're going to break down how to solve one-step equations. Whether you're just starting out or you need a quick refresher, you'll be solving these like a pro in no time. Let's get started. A one-step equation is exactly what it sounds like. You only need one step to solve it. The goal is to get the variable, which in this case is the x, all by itself, on one side of the equation. Let's see how it works with some examples. So let's actually use this as our first example. So remember, the goal is to get the x alone. So how do we do that? We need to get rid of this 5. How do we get rid of the 5 here? Well, this says plus 5. In order to get rid of it, you need to subtract 5 from both sides of the equation. Now I need to think of this as this side is one side and then this side is the other side. The equal sign is what splits the two sides. So let's subtract 5 here. We have to do the opposite. We have to do it to both sides of the equation. So x, well, this 5 minus 5, we know it's 0, so let's just cross that out. 5, bring down the equal sign, equals 12 minus 5. 12 minus 5 is just 7. So we bring down the 7, and that's what we get. We get x equals 7, and that's the answer to the equation. All right, let's try another example. So here we have y minus 3 equals 10. So notice how this time we have a subtraction symbol instead of the addition symbol we had before. So same thing, we need to get the y by itself here. How are we going to do that? Well, we have to get rid of this 3 here. So how do we get rid of it? Well, this says minus 3, so we have to do the opposite of that. And in this case, we have to add 3 because addition is the opposite of subtraction. So let's add 3 on both sides of the equation. So let's bring down the y. So y, negative 3 plus 3 is just 0. So we're just going to cross that out. Bring down the x. Bring down the equal sign. And then 10 plus 3 is 13. And that's the answer to the equation. Alright, now we have 3a equals 12. Well, just remember that this 3a actually means 3 times a, but you don't necessarily have to put the multiplication symbol in between. So these two actually mean the same thing. So how do we get rid of this 3? Well, this is 3 times a. We need to do the opposite of that. And what's the opposite of multiplication? It's division. So divide this side by 3 to get rid of the 3 here. And then divide this side by 3. And then, well, 3 divided by 3 is just 1. So 1a, which is just the same thing as a, because 1 times a is just a. So a equals 12 divided by 3 is 4. So a equals 4, and that's the answer to the equation. Alright, well now we have b divided by 4 equals 7. Now, how are we going to get rid of the 4? Because we need to isolate the b. Well, this says b divided by 4. What's the opposite of division? Multiplication. So we have to divide both sides by the denominator of this fraction, which in this case is 4. So multiply both sides by 4. These two cancel out, so you're just going to be left with b. So b equals 7 times 4. 7 times 4 is 28. So b equals 28, and that's the solution to the equation. That's it. Okay, so let's just review everything we've done today. So in the first one, we did x plus 5 equals 12. We had to subtract 5 in both equations because we have to get rid of the 5 here. So x equals 7. Here, y minus 3 equals 10. We have to get rid of this negative 3 here, this minus 3. So add 3 on both sides to get y equals 13. 3a equals 12. Well, this is 3 times a, so we have to divide 3 on both sides to get a equals 4. And then b divided by 4 equals 7. In order to get rid of this 4, you have to multiply 4 on both sides. And then you're going to get b equals 28. And yeah, that's it for the review. Alright, that about wraps it up for this video. Make sure to like and subscribe, please, and that'd be appreciated, as this is my first video. And then comment any questions you may have, and I'll make sure to answer them when I have the time to. And comment any other lessons you want me to go over, and I'll try to go over them as soon as possible. See you next time.